And now back to Urban America Today.
We are back with Urban America Today, and we have our amazing romance novelist here, Miss Yahrah St. John, and we're going to get into the books that she's done. We have two of the books here this evening, and the first book that we want to talk about is your latest one,
Yes.
If You So Desire, and this is the Orphan series. You have four main characters
Yes.
that you talk about here, and this one's about Sage, the character. So what made you want to focus on her?
Like I said, all the Orphan series is on based off of four orphans that grew up together.
Right.
And so I'd done the first two books, and they kind of went hand in hand, Quentin and Malik's story. So Sage just seemed to be the next logical character. As I wrote each book,
Right.
she just kept popping up, so her book seemed the most logical in the order.
I just love how all your characters in the Orphan series, they all grew up together, they took care of each other. They're all adults now, they're still friends, they're family. They're
Yes.
doing fairly, extremely well, and
Yes.
it's just a
I
great
like
testament
writing about
to
successful characters.
exactly
you know.
positivity, because we don't get enough of that in the black community. So it's
I
nice
agree.
that in your books that
I
we
know,
have that.
it's like people always hear, we're struggling,
Yeah.
black people ain't doing well. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly. But look at, each of the orphan characters, one's a photographer, one's, a community activist running a community center, another's a lawyer, and another one's a restaurateur.
Right.
So really successful characters, and I like writing about those.
What has been the response to the first three books in the series? From
They
fans?
love them. Fans love connecting books because they kind of feel like they're family.
Mm.
So they really get attached to them, and I have quite a bit of fans that'll write me, about each character and what they liked about each one. So
What does that feel like when you have fans? You have people who read you, follow you, support you. I mean, emails, everything. What's that look like that you have a fan base? What's that like?
it is wonderful. It makes what I do just all the more special.
Okay.
When I get an email from a fan that said they enjoyed reading my book.
Okay.
And I have one amazing fan, which I'm going to give her a shout out, Louise Brown in Stone Mountain, Georgia. She's been following me for 6 years since the
Wow.
first book came out, One Magic Moment. Follows me, buys every book the week it comes out, emails
Wow.
me, applies to every contest. So
Have you met her?
no, but I am making a plan next year to meet her
Wonderful.
and do a signing in Atlanta.
So, question, Yahrah, now, Harry Potter, books to film to movie ride.
Yes.
Twilight, books to phenomenal, just crazy, just phenomenon.
Yeah.
First movie, how are you going to handle that? Because that's coming. You do know that. You don't
I
have
hope.
you don't have this many books without having a movie to follow that. So,
Well, I'm definitely working on that. I've got an agent, and hopefully she can sell the movie rights.
wow.
That would be fantastic.
Oh my goodness, that's awesome. So, you got to hear first, people. Yahrah St. John on her way, doing great things now, but book in the making, more books and more
Yeah.
movies. Just amazing stuff right here.
It was interesting. You talk about they connect to the characters,
Yeah.
but I remember you mentioning one time that there was some little upset with Quentin, the one with the dreadlocks, not Quentin.
Malik.
Malik. Yeah.
Yes.
People didn't like him at first from the first book, right?
No. In the first book, he kind of came off really like the angry black man.
Right, he's angry.
You
Yeah,
know,
he's upset. He's the
He's
quick
upset,
temper.
very quick to temper, and so that's actually why I decided to write his book
She doesn't have
second,
one.
because I wanted to make him lovable. There was a reason why he was an angry black man.
Right.
He'd been abused. He'd had a
Right.
lot of issues growing up in the orphanage.
Right.
So I wanted to address that and show kind of a transition of how he grows from being this angry black person to meeting this wonderful woman who kind of taps into that and is there for him, and he can find love.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's important
That's
because
definitely romance.
it is.
That's definitely a book.
Right. It is, and real life too, because they all have positive, happy endings. They go off into the sunset. It's a beautiful way that they end. So
Exactly.
it's nice.
Exactly.
That's
Well,
refreshing.
our producer wants to put Yahrah on the spot.
Okay.
He
Okay.
I bet he
wants
wants
you
to
to
read.
read something.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Now,
Hmm.
can you pick up something that can be read over the air?
Yes. Yahrah is in her book now.
Or I could probably read just the prologue.
The prelude.
little prelude.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
Ooh, we are at soft reading here. All right.
All right. This is from If You So Desire, which debuted September 1st with Harlequin Commodity Press. So are you tired of fighting it, Sage? Ian asked, shifting to face her until his knee was touching her thigh. Fighting what? Your attraction to me, Ian said with a grin. Ian, you and I can't have a relationship. Who said anything about a relationship? Why should she be surprised by that? He was Ian Lawrence, after all. I want you and you want me. It's as simple as that. Sex is never simple, Sage said as she moved closer to the window. No, but it can be extremely enjoyable. Ian moved in closer until Sage's back brushed up against the window. Her eyes fluttered, and she knew what was coming next. Ian was so close that she could feel the heat from his thighs, and her breasts began to ache with need. His large hand curled around her neck, and he drew her face to his. You have a deliciously provocative mouth, and one that I think can give us both immense pleasure, Ian said seconds before his mouth descended over her.
Wow.
Okay.
That's just a little tidbit.
And,
Little tidbit.
and your mama read that stuff. Girl,
She sure did.
go to church.
Y'all, quick question, okay? Because some parallels, what we were talking with a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Who said anything about a relationship?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, in this book, we have Ian Lawrence. He is Sage's client. She's an attorney, and he needs a client. He's being sued by a former employee, but he's just looking for a
Good time.
a no strings attached relationship.
Right.
But Sage doesn't want to get involved with her client, but she can't fight that attraction, and he keeps wearing her down, so eventually she gives in to temptation.
And he wines
Does
and dines.
that really work?
But I'm not going to give you away, but he really wines and dines her.
Yeah.
The rooftop.
The
what he did.
rooftop,
I'm like,
and,
if someone did it for me, then yeah, I'm in. Great. Let's get married
Exactly.
tomorrow. Yeah, so he really wines
Hear
and
that,
dines her.
guys?
He really
what we
does.
have is tips in these
Tips.
books.
Yes.
Yeah.
That work.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you got to try them out.
author here at Barnes & Noble, so this is the authentic stuff here.
Exactly, and you can not only can find it at Barnes & Noble, you can find it. What's the great part of being part of Harlequin, which is my publisher, is they're all over the globe.
Right.
So they're in Barnes & Noble, Borders, Walden Book, Walmart, Target, Amazon.com. What's even great is I even have fans in England. So any English-speaking country,
Nice.
it's going to be in England and
So why
Australia.
don't you let them send you on a book signing in Australia, and I'll carry your books.
Oh, that would be
Well,
great.
I think the sisterhood should really help you do that. I think the sisterhood should stay together.
Oh, yeah,
Kiara can
yeah.
stay here and do the show.
But you said it was, first it was God made man and woman to be together, not woman and woman, man and woman. So I should go.
We'll let Yahrah decide. We really will. This is my question. Have you ever met a fan who had some concerns with your stories, who maybe wasn't so positive? Have you ever experienced someone who was negative towards your books?
I actually did. It's only been once, but it was more about editing.
Okay.
And she was an author herself, and she found a couple of mistakes. And I honestly, it happens. I think we're all human.
Absolutely.
I look at the book, and my editor, the copy editor, and 3 sets of eyes
Right.
missed like a couple of small little things.
Right.
But maybe, being
But
an
she was
author,
an author too.
Yeah, she was an
So
author.
she knows that the editor
happen.
and the copy editor are the ones really responsible
Well, she was
for that.
unpublished, so.
Well, that explains that.
So she was
So
just
maybe
jealous.
she didn't know the whole process.
Yeah, she was
There
just
is
jealous. She was hating on you.
But,
Yeah.
but
you were-
nothing about the stories or anything like
No,
that.
actually, it wasn't about the story. I always get positive response back from fans that they love the story, good plot and pacing and characterization. So that's usually not.
And that's what your stories that got me was, it's amazing how you can do that. You go talk about Sage and Ian, then you go into the other characters that were trying to set him up and things like that. And then you go back to it. So it's a nice kind of ping pong back and forth. It's never a dull moment in the book. So it's really amazing.
And I try to bring back in each book with this connecting series.
Right.
I bring back the previous characters.
Right.
From This Time for Real, Malik and Peyton, and
Right.
Playing for Keeps. I bring back Quentin and Avery and kind of give you a little update on what's going on in their lives.
Right,
Keep them
right.
fresh and relevant in each book.
Right.
And you'll also find it in the last book coming out in January, which is Tea to Tango. That's the last book in the Orphan series.
That's about Dante?
Yeah, that'll be about Dante, the
Nice.
restaurant guy.
Okay, nice. Wow. Now
There should be some real whining and dining that, because he has a restaurant,
Right.
so there's no excuse.
Oh, yeah, and I did a lot of research, a lot of good restaurants I like to go to.
That's really cool. Now, after your Orphan series, do you have ideas about the next series you're going to do? Are you going to do another series, or go to a whole different realm? Like, are you going to visit paranormal? What are you going to do?
Yeah, there's a couple of things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a new series about a cosmetics company.
Okay.
I just thought that was really neat. I actually got the germ of the idea by watching soap operas, believe it or not.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, hey, there's never been a black cosmetics company. Let's do that.
Okay.
So going to be based off of this family, kind of a super black dynasty sort of thing.
Okay.
So that'll probably be the next set of 3 books.
Nice.
And then I'm also working on some mainstream, another mainstream book, very similar to like Terry McMillan.
Okay.
So, so we're
how similar?
definitely along the lines of chick lit, women's fiction, you know, telling stories about women and relationships, and I know you love Terry McMillan. So.
Yes, she's my favorite.
Question. Now, your first book took 9 months.
Yeah.
Now, what's the fastest you've been able to crank out a book? What's the fastest?
Well, it's interesting enough. That first book was 9 months.
I tell you what, we'll come back to that. The music is playing, so we're going into commercial. We'll come right back with Yahrah St. John and how she is putting out her books and going from there. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.